put the announcement up. Basically, there's some new emote slots. So there's one there right now, but it's only for peeps who have unlocked the 1k bit badge, because this is like a thing Twitch have done now. So it's our one, and it's a character from Raindrop Chronicles. There we go. There it is. I'm going to look how it looks in the chat. So like behind the background, so we don't get double rows. So it's Angry Carol, because, you know, she's angry. That's what she is. She's always mad. So I've been thinking about the bat emotes, and we already have a rage bat one, which, I mean, I don't mind keeping that. We can have the 2 mad ones, but we could also replace that one with another one. I was thinking of getting one that has this face, so I could always get that one done and pop that one in. We'll see. And there's some other ones to go on the bit badge tiers as well, so we might as well use other characters for them, and I'll have a think about what ones to do, and they'll slowly show themselves over the coming weeks. They'll slowly all be added. Oh my god, I love that. I know, right? Some people are gonna have a surprise for sure, because I think a lot of people do not realise that's there, and when they're scrolling through their remotes, I'm like, what? So there you go. I've not made any announcement on Twitter or the main important news channel, so some people are in for a surprise, but I might do later. I might put up a announcement later today. I feel like it's something that has to be shown off. So there we go. But yeah, I was thinking about, because I knew that they were going to be added. I knew we were going to get more emote slots. I just didn't know what day. They just said early 2020, and I saw it yesterday. It said, oh, you got some more slots available for bit badges, and I literally just did it right then and there, because I was like, oh my goodness, let's do it. Let's just get Carol the Barrel. And if we look in our Discord, we already do have a Carol the Barrel, but that is just literally her avatar reduced to a tiny size, and it looks weird. You barely can even see the face. I wanted to like do Carol Barrel in the style of what our emotes are, so it's literally just a reskin of the Angry Bat emote, except it's Carol. So yeah, potentially, I'm not going to promise, because I don't know, I might replace that Rage Bat with another emote, just so we've got a bit more variety if we've already got Angry Carol, but we'll see. Genius. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. Lantern, hi Nutty Blue, I didn't see you stop in there. Are you sneaking in like that? How are you doing today? Okay guys, so let's get straight into it now. We've talked about Carol enough. She gets too much attention, that one. But yes, we will slowly add some more over time. So, yeah, they're very special badges. Very valuable badges. I mean, emotes. My goodness me. Okay, so, right, let's get our PG Maker up then, because we haven't got it up yet. We'll carry on with what we was doing yesterday, and I did do a bit of stuff off stream. So Discord, goodbye Discord for now. Sleepy but good. Oh, I'm sleepy too, because well, I was up late making Carol the Barrel emote, so I was about to get to bed. It was like really late, and then I realised that the emotes had unlocked, and I was like, screw it, I'm staying up and doing that. I want that on my channel by tomorrow. So yeah, I didn't get much sleep. Priorities, yeah. I just got excited. I was like, I want to Carol Barrel emote, and it went really badly at first because I was trying to design a realistic Carol the Barrel, like with the eyes and stuff that she has, but it ended up looking like complete nightmare fuel. So I thought, let's just do it like cartoon version of her, the same as how our bat is, and it turned out better. Right, so yesterday, let me think of where we left off yesterday. We started the cutscene. Carol, we got her rolling successfully into Hank, but it was a little bit messy. We'd done the barrel roll, but the being knocked into Hank was like, the animation wasn't that smooth because he was trying to get him to grab Oliver, and we had this sprite that was taking on lots of like more than one tile. It was kind of going over the edge, and I decided in the end to just simplify it and keep them together on one, because I think it looked better if we saw more of Hank's face, but at the end of the day, you know, it was very difficult to implement. It wasn't impossible to implement, but it was just a bit messy, and the sides weren't coming in at the right time. So that's what we've done, just to make it easier. So I've done that now, and it's looking all smooth and stuff, and so what else have I done? I've also made Carol continue rolling out the cart, and she's outside now, and Hank has also been kind of knocked, and so is Oliver to the side. So we're going to just add in the details to that sequence, like maybe put some facial expressions in, and make the others, Meryl, Elvira and Woody, react to what's happening as well on the cart during the hijacking. And there's also sound effects like horses and maybe slash of swords and things we can put in the background to show that what's happening. I even think perhaps even putting a bit of dialogue in between. Maybe Hank could go, "No, Oliver," or something just before he jumps in front of him. Or something along those lines, but that can be something added. Maybe today we'll say. I'm thinking we should purely focus on the visuals though today and mute the game. Because sometimes it can be distracting to hear the sounds while you're working on the visual side of things. Because we're going to be doing the outside of the cart as well today when Carol's knocked off and sees Rose. So there's a lot of visual work to finish, but I think all going well, we could potentially get close to finishing that today, the visual side, and then it'll lead just at doing the sounds, and that they can be added at the end once we're happy with how it all looks visually. I think that'll be a cool approach. So I won't mute the background music or anything today. We'll keep it on, and we'll just mute the game, the test plays. I might do sound stuff off stream tonight. We'll see how things go and how far we get today with the visual stuff. Otherwise, if we don't finish visual work, I'll do that on stream. Off stream tonight. So let's start with the test play then. I don't know if we've got it muted in the background, so I'll have to check. But I'm going to have an earlier night today. So I can catch up on lost sleep. I think I'm addicted to doing this project though. It comes before sleep lately. Okay, the master volume is 0%, so you guys shouldn't hear anything. Yeah, all good. Sleep is important, it is. You tell me, Atlantia. Tell me I need to get sleep. But if I did get sleep, the email wouldn't have got done. So I feel it was well worth it. I've been told that I'm like a robot because people don't understand how I've got energy when I don't get much sleep. When I used to work in an office and had to be up at 6 a.m, I went to bed at midnight and stuff, so I only got 6 hours sleep. Sometimes I went to sleep after midnight and got even less than that. And I wasn't even tired. I didn't even have coffee back then either. And people are like, how on earth do you function? I get tired, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm at my worst when I first wake up, and then as the day goes on I feel better. No coffee, not back then. I've only recently started drinking coffee the last few years, but when I was in my early 20s and late teens, I didn't. What sort of person was I? Was I insane? Hi National Mars Day, how's it going? It's good to see you today too. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Okay, so test play. We've got the double check, because sometimes I get paranoid because the one stream we had the music on and the sound on and it was clashing, and because I didn't have my earphones and I didn't even know. Right, here we go. That's a cute kitty emote, National Mars. So yeah, no sounds. We did add some sounds yesterday, and they're not perfect yet. There's a little bit of messing about to do with them, so it's probably best to mute them so that they're not distracting when we're focusing on the visual stuff. But there's some stuff to do, like we can make the transition between. I think it's an okay state. I mean, we can like perfect it even more, but Carol rolling out here in Hank and landing out here outside is kind of working okay, but we do need to add some little extra details in between, because the other barrels, they're like potatoes, or is it? It's not potatoes, that's not the word. What is the word? Vegetable. When you're sitting there not doing anything. I don't know why I thought it was potatoes. So, for a start, Hank looks too happy. That's one thing I'm noticing. Also, Carol needs to turn around at that point, but we'll start working on the outside bit after. Also, the cart and the map outside need parallax mapping. We're going to work on making them pretty, but we'll do that next week. So Hank's kind of got a happy face in some frames, and we can't be having that, so that's a good job to do. Also, Oliver, I'm thinking we could do something with his, when Hank like drops him at the end, we can have him at the side and have a sad or shocked face, maybe. I'm going to do a big burp. Feel like it anyway. Thank you, I'm good, just got on, everything's looking really good. How are you? I'm really good. I had a late night because I was doing work last night, but I'm really glad that I did do it because the work was this. A new emote for our channel. So, it was worth it. I'm going to slightly add more. I'm not sure which characters, but I think the barrel crew are very iconic, so I'll probably stick to them being the rewards for the bit emotes. Carol's the main one, so she had to be first. And I was like, what emotion sums up Carol best? I was like, yeah, she's angry, she's a Sundayer. We have to do the rage for Carol, which is unfortunate because we already have a rage emote, one of our bats. So that one might get replaced. Even though I really like that one and I don't want to get rid of it, it felt I'd rather have the variety. Okay, so right, so let's get Photoshop open. I'm just going to do some Hank sprite faces, some expressions. Okay, how did I handle this for Rose again? Let me look, because it can be a bit confusing we have to like repeat 3 of them, because that's the way RPG Maker MV's sort of designed. It's weird. Okay. So also these, because they're now on one area, I don't have to have them that far apart now. Well, I do. I need to repeat them 3 times. I've just realised. I think the good thing about these character sheets is you can make them bigger if you have to, so it's not a problem. I hope you can make them bigger anyway, because over time we're going to have loads of different positions and facial expressions on these. Okay, so today, guys, we're just gonna continue filling in the details with our action scene that we're working on in the game, and just work on doing the next part that comes as well. So we're making good progress. We're halfway through the stream week, and the goal for this week is to get the action scene done, and I think that could be possible. I'll be gone for a sec. Enjoy your BRB. I'm thinking, where am I gonna put him? Might as well continue him from this point. So we'll have a shocked one of Hank, but without Oliver. And we'll have a sad one too, because one of his face set avatars is a oh, that's happy Hank, really happy Hank. One of his face sets is a a sad face, so we need that one as well. I think this one, it can be a touch darker, this grey, because I think that's the same colour as his oopsie. Oops, he's all chopped off. Don't know how that happened. Makes me feel sad looking at poor sad Hank. Do we need to fill in these little squares with his moustache? Because his mouth was in the way on that one, so that might be why it weren't there. How does this barrel get stuck in the road? That sounds like the start of a joke. Well, if a joke can be made from it, then I'm not going to complain if it becomes a running joke throughout the game. But yeah, it just, they're on a cart or wagon or whatever the right word is. And there's a hijacking while they're on it, and she rolls off in the commotion and loses all her companions. And she's been on the road searching for them ever since. So it's like it's just a flashback sequence of her telling the hero what happened. Hello friends, hi Binary, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Binary, I know that you'll love this because you absolutely adore Carol. But look what we've got. Who doesn't adore Carol though? I don't think I've met anybody in this stream that doesn't. You'd get banned if you didn't like Carol. Nah, people are allowed to dislike characters, but... And if someone did, I'd ask them why. And if they had a really good reason for it, that's quite interesting. Because it can help give ideas for character arcs. Oh my goodness, thank you for the sub, Binary. I appreciate that. How are you doing? I feel really bad now in case she's subbed because of that emote. Oh god. Because it's not actually an emote in the sub thing. It's a bit one. Damn, I should have made that clear. I'm so sorry, Binary. It's Twitch's fault, not mine. They should have put them in the sub slots. Us affiliates don't get enough slots. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is I feel genuinely really bad. Oh no. And this wouldn't be a problem if we had enough emote slots. I was going to sub anyway. Oh, thank you. I still feel bad though. I feel like I need to make that clearer now, just in case other people come in and think that. Because, yeah, it can easily be mistaken as that, because this is a very new thing with Twitch that they've brought out now. It's like the bit reward badges. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat because it just opens more emote slots for people. But at the same time, it's a bit lame that you gotta like do certain things to get it. But I suppose it's cool for the people that have got the badge, I guess. You can't dangle Rose without Carol in front and then not expect people to still wrap away. I do, honestly, now that that's happened, Binary, I feel like I'm going to have to, because I'm going to end up feeling awful if it happens again. My goodness me. What am I going to do? Should I make a command? I need help. I'm gonna write Twitch an email after this stream. So how dare you? People have been subbing to me by accident, thinking that they were going to get this email. I just want to blame them now because I feel bad. Write a strongly worded email. I'm going to have to. But still polite. You know what it should be, in all honesty? I think they should let you have it as a subscriber emote, but also a bit reward too. People say if they're no longer sub anymore, then at least they get it on the badge. But I suppose they feel that they don't want to give us the unlocked emote slots, do they? Because that's for partners. But you know, who knows, one day. Then, I mean, affiliates one time only ever had one emote, and now we've got 5. So who knows what the future holds. And if that ever happens, if there ever is any more unlocked emote slots, then they'll go in there instead. But I, as far as I believe, you have it forever once you've given, if you've got the bit badge. So that's not too bad, I guess. As far as I'm aware. Oh, it better be that anyway. I want people to have it forever. Okay. So, Sad Hank is done. I don't know if we're going to get any more. Expressions out of him. I'm sure we'll think of some over time. But for now, I think those are the only ones we really need. Oh, I've almost forgot. We have a very important Hank asset to add right now. Right. His broken asset is what we're after. Which is this one. Yeah, if when others come in later and I show off the Carol emote, I'm gonna plainly state that it's not a sub emote, just so, because my goodness. Oh, it's too big. I'm going to open it in graphic scale then, because I do have the proper sized version of that in graphic scale. Where are these barrels? Where's the file? I've got so many files now that... There they are. Okay, so you guys can't see it because I've not got graphic scale on my window capture, but I still have to add the barrel shadows as well to the assets, I've just realised. I mean, we don't have to, but it'll probably just take a bit of extra time to do it because we'd have to animate the shadow for when they hop. My goodness me, thank you, Binary, for those 500 bits. That's so kind of you. Did you do that just for the caroling emote? That's insane. I appreciate that. So you must have had 500 bitties before, and now you've given another 500. That means you've unlocked it. Thank you very much. Now you've got that caroling emote, and I believe, as far as I'm aware, you'll have that forever now, because once somebody's got a bit badge, they've got it for life. Unlike subscriber emotes, you know, once the month's over, sometimes, you know, well, you won't have them anymore. So at least that's one that will be for life. So enjoy. She's very angry. I've definitely the rage fit Carol very well. And I thought that was the best emotion for her. And over time, I mean, it's going to happen slowly because I'm so busy. I probably won't get much time to design any other emotes. But over time, I'm going to fill those other slots with characters in the game. The most lovable of the characters. Probably the barrels. Yay! Let's get some hype in chat. Huzzah. Enjoy. Enjoy that Carol. And you can use her all over Twitch as well. I wouldn't be like, what's that barrel? What on earth is that emote? Nobody is used to seeing barrels. Okay. Did we copy and paste it? No. We've only got a part of its layer. We need to merge them together. So this is the asset we're going to need for Hank when he falls and gets hurt. I can direct them here when they go wide barrel. Yeah. So there's this game. It's called Raindrop Chronicles. And it's full of barrels. Everybody, I have to admit, the barrels is what has been the biggest interest to people with this game. I've had people come in being like, why is that barrel wearing a bra? Or like, I only came in just because that barrel's wearing a bra, people have said. So, they do attract attention. Right. So I think, yeah, his asset is the same. The only difference is it's got a hole in. Should be called Barrel Chronicles, yeah. Yeah, there might be a spin-off where it's called Barrel Chronicles. But we talked about it briefly the other day. Each episode is probably going to have its own subtitle. So, you know, there's an opportunity to have a fancy, an interesting subtitle with the word barrel in it for one of the episodes. Who knows? Fantasia, thank you so much for the host. How are you doing, Fantasia? Hope you're having a fantastic day. How are things going? I should be working on your character sheet this weekend, Fantasia. Because you're, I believe, first on the list. Get some of those done. Okay, so I'm thinking of getting a Hank on the side as well, maybe. Depends how we want him to fall. Have a little experiment and see what position he'll look best in. But let's rotate. Where is Carol's positioned? Okay. Ah, for some reason the top of his thing is chopped off. I've just noticed that. Just the very top of Hank is chopped off on his disabled sprite, so just fix that. Trying to find a layer. Poor Barrel. Do you feel sorry for him? You meant to. We're doing this on purpose to make you all cry. Fantasia! Holy butts! Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Everybody wants Carol. Wow. I'm not surprised, because who wouldn't? Thank you so much, Fantasia. I appreciate the bits. You've got a Carol the Barrel angry emote now. Feel free to use it all over Twitch. Everyone will be like, what the hell is that? Just tell them it's from a game called Raindrop Chronicles. RaindropRPG.com. I won the 1K badge. Well, enjoy, guys, because there's quite a few of you out there that were lucky enough to have that badge already. So they're going to wake up today or come on Twitch randomly today and scroll for their emotes and they'll see it. And they'll be like, oh my god. So those lucky people, I hope they enjoy it as well. I want to resub, I want to host. Thank you as well for the resub, Fantasia. Appreciate you. Holy butts. I see that says 29 months. That means that's just 1 month away from the big 3-0. That is ridiculous, Fantasia, to think that you could support me for so long. Thank you so much. So I'm going to give you some hype. And I know it's not appropriate for Carol to be at the end of a hype, but I feel like just for this occasion, we'll add her there. So I think Discord will update with that emote later as well. I've been refreshing Discord all day, waiting for the emote to appear, but it hasn't yet. But once it does, I'm going to spam Discord with the emote. Yay! Enjoy your emote, guys. Enjoy it. And I really hope that it's the case that you get it forever. I don't see why not, because when you do with that badge, it's a forever badge. I just get paranoid by Twitch sometimes with them trying to grab all the monies. They've become more money driven in recent months. But Carol is worth $1 million, isn't she? Let's be honest. Yay, okay, so we'll just carry on getting... Oh, what were we doing? Yes, there's the missing thingy. I've got to merge all these layers because I've got tons of them here, but I don't want to yet because we might switch around this just a bit. It is working well for now. But you guys should feel very, very lucky because you're the first people to know about the Carol emote. There's a lot of you who don't, because I've made no announcements until today's stream. I haven't put up any tweets or anything yet. Only on the live Discord announcement, but not a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to every single live announcement. But it'll go in the important news one later too. Want to treat your stream? I did. You did. Thank you so much, Fantasia. I appreciate it. I'm not logged in on the Twitter yet, but I will definitely be having a look very soon. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. So. There we go. Should we have him? Yeah, I think we might end up using that one. We'll see. But I feel like he should have his mouth open because of shock. Actually, so let's change it. I wanted to do all the things today for you. That's so kind. That is awesome. Fantasia, you're a very kind person. I think that's exactly how we have his mouth, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Wow, look at those raindrops. Poor Hank. That's so sad seeing him like that. It's so sad. Okay, so I'm going to save his character sheet and we're going to get the new Hank expressions and positions into the cutscene. And then there's one I want to do for Oliver as well. And the other goals really are to start making Meryl and Elvira and Woody be vegetables. We'll give them some reactions too. And then the next step will be doing the second part of the action scene, which is when Carol spots Rose. We might have to simplify it slightly though, compared to what we said we'd pull off. It all depends how easy or difficult that's going to be. But yes, Fantasia, once I've done your character, you'll be walking across the stream. You'll have your little sprite walking like the rest of us down here. So huzzah. And I think Bino's got a character as well, I believe. So it will be getting to his as well soon. And GG for being 30th on the leaderboard. Okay, so back to RPG Maker. I think we're gonna have to refresh it, because we usually have to when we add new images. You put in I do remember now, yes. I think you're there on our Trello page on our list of character sheets to do. And now people are going to be filling in the character sheets on the website now rather than the Google Forms. But I will be checking the Google Forms still, just in case people do it on there, because some of you might forget. I have a character. That's a cute email as well, Fantasia. A little derpy fox. Okie doke. So at the moment, what one's this? That's Carol rolling. Okay, this is... yeah, this is Hank when he gets injured. So we just have to... one thing I wish they did in RPG Maker was that they let you select individual frames rather than the whole, you know, because it just, that's the reason why we have to keep times in them by 3. I believe the previous RPG Makers let you, but MV just seems a lot more like they've limited you on things that you can do. But there's always a way around these things. There. So that should work now, and that should be injured Hank. And there's a section where he's smiling, where I feel he should change his facial expression as well. Which is, I think, here. So that's the third one. We'll see how that works. It's going to be a bit, I'm a bit concerned because it doesn't let you select by individual frames, which means we might have to space what we've got out a bit more. We might need to move Hank's sad face somewhere else so that we can select him properly. Okay, so I'm going to just do another test play just to see how it's looking. Sad Hank's face. It makes me sad too. Poor Hank. Feel like if we have a Hank emote, it's got to be the cry one, hasn't it? But I don't know. Would any other suit a sad character? We've already got a crying bat though. But you know, like I said, it doesn't hurt if we do the same emotion. because these are like a different set of emotes anyway. It's not like they're part of the sub emotes. Okay, so see, I knew that would happen, and that wasn't meant to happen. He wasn't meant to get Oliver out at that point. Okay, so one thing I have noticed as well is that his hole isn't actually visible on that scene because it's so dark and you can barely see it. That's the thing. I mean, that's a decision we have to make, whether we want to show Hank's hole this early, whether it's actually a good idea that it's dark on purpose, that the player doesn't realise he's disabled at this point. Because Carol herself doesn't know, and this flashback is from Carol's point of view, and she doesn't realise that her rolling tank caused his disability. Not until she meets him again later in the game. That'll be when she realises what she's done. So it wouldn't be like a bad decision to actually have it dark on purpose so that we don't see the hole, and that's revealed later what happened to him. But it wouldn't hurt either if we thought, yeah, let's show it and make people feel sorry. But if we wanted to show it, we'd have to kind of either make the screen just a touch lighter or change his position so we can see the hole a bit. I don't think it's ever a good idea to show Hank's hole. Loot! My goodness me. The way that things can get changed. Poor Hank. Okay, so one thing we are going to have to do is change the positioning of things, unfortunately, because we get in the wrong frames appear because of RPG Maker MV's limitations. So we're going to have to move him. We'll move him. So we gotta find what layer it is first. Okay, so it's these 3 layers. We'll put him there because that way, you know, it's a 3x4 grid it lets you select, so that will work fine. But these ones eventually will have to have their position changed as well. As long as I can make the sheets bigger, then I don't mind, because there's a lot of wasted space here with this method. My goodness, is that a bat as well? It's a scary version of a bat. Okay, so event 5, this one's Hank's actions. So now we just change it to that one. It's blank at the moment because we need to refresh RPG Maker again. Okay, I'm actually purposely going to add a weight before Carol rolls out, so we can analyse Hank and his hole. Don't mean that in a rude way. We just want to see how, if we can actually see it. Because I'm actually, you know, this is something we could always put a poll up for, guys. It's one of those story decisions that could work either way, whether we want to reveal it to the player at this point or not. Oh, it didn't show. There was a missing frame. Why didn't that work? But yeah, I got a lot done off stream last night. It's very easy to get very productive when you're alone in the dark, in silence. So I got a lot done, and we're at a good point now. And we might not get much done this stream cutscene wise, but I'll do some more off stream tonight and show you guys again tomorrow. Yeah, it should have. Oh, the reason it hasn't is because I've still got the turn right there. I was meant to take that out. Hey, Hank's being naughty. I'm gonna refresh RPG Maker again because that might be it. What is going on here? Let's look at you, Hank. Okay, so if we do the turn down first, then it will work. The reason why it isn't working is because he's still facing left, and because there's a lot of blanks, that second row is the facing left. So that's why it's showing up as a blank. We'd need to fill in every single one of these frames here in this square with the same asset. This is why I was getting a bit salty saying it's unfortunate RPG Maker force you to select the whole area rather than an individual frame, because a lot of people on the forums were saying the same thing. They were like, in VX or was it XP, you could do it, you could select the frame then, and people liked that. It was definitely made cutscenes easier, that's for sure. But it's definitely something you can get round. It's just annoying. So yeah guys, it's muted today, just to remind you we're not focusing on sound today, it's all about the visuals. And yes, you cannot see Hank's hole at all. Nobody would be able to tell he had a hole in him from that bang. The only way we'd be able to, because it's night time, that's why. If we had the normal daytime colour, you'd see, but it's night time. And like I said, it could work, you know, the fact it's night and the fact we don't see and the player isn't aware yet of Hank's fate. It wouldn't be a bad way to go at this point, to keep that information a secret and for us to find out later, because Carol is also unaware herself that she did that, and it being as this is in her point of view, that works. But it could work where it tells us as well. So I'm very kind of keen to put up a poll at some point. Not sure whether it'll be today. We could do that tomorrow. We'll think. I'll think about it. Angry Carol. I love how you guys love the emote so much. Makes me glad. Makes me happy. Okay. Is Capagen working as well? Is she coming up on the screen? She is. I'm gonna spam her. I want her all over the screen right now. Sometimes I don't notice if it's working. We're all doing a spam carol stream today. I'm not going to complain. We can totally have a spam carol stream. Right. So I'm going to view the cutscene again. Actually, no. We got to do something. Get rid of the 0 on there, because now we know Hank. The thing is, if we rotated him and made him face up that way instead, we might see the hole then. Because I think it's slightly lighter at the top. So if we decide we do want to show the hole, we can always just alter his position slightly so it's more visible. And it wouldn't hurt to just lighten the screen a bit in the cart if we wanted to show it, but keep it darker outside. I think it's quite dark on the cart actually. The nighttime tint. It's definitely darker in the cart than it looks outside, so we could always alter that. So I'm going to just have another look because everything happens so fast that you need to sometimes remind yourself what you need to fix in the scene or what you need to add. Hi Gus, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Have people responded positively to your new website? Yeah, very. Had a lot of good feedback. Lots of people saying it's a really good website. There's a couple of little tiny things that needed a little fix. One was the middle scroll button on the mouse not working, but that's all done now. Just very small little techie things. But yeah, I'm super glad that it's there. I think it's gonna help a bunch having a website. Especially when it comes to informing people of the game. It's still like not showing. That is confusing. I'm bewildered now because I did set everything up right. He's turned down. Ah, it's when he turns up, isn't it? He disappears again. You know what? The only way to solve this is to literally just copy and paste it on all the squares and waste tons of space. Because it's the blank frames that are causing him to disappear. I'll do this though because it's good to have that hop walking animation still, in case we want him to walk on this sprite at some point, which we won't because we'll use the one with a hole in him, because he's forever gonna have a hole in him now, so we'll never be using these ones again once he gets the hole, unless it gets fixed one day in the game. Who knows? Oopsie oops. I was changing back to my other screen and accidentally got big cameras up. That'll solve it now. Hi Twisted Mouse, welcome. How are you doing? It's good to see you. The scene shaking was cool. How did you make it shake? Okay, I'll give you a little rundown on that. We have a parallel event here that runs in the background during this scene, and we're just looping a script which makes the Y axis go up and down. It's quite a simple script. As you can see, that's it. The higher the number, the larger the shake, which is what we do when it gets more wild. We just put it on a self switch and increase the number. Because unfortunately RPG Maker only allows a screen shake on an X-axis and not on a Y-axis, so we had to do that for this. I don't know why they don't have it for a Y-axis, but at least we could do it, even though it was the more complicated way. So yeah, this here is what you need if you're after a similar kind of thing. You're welcome. Okay, so let's have a look again, and it should be fixed now. Hank's frame shouldn't be going invisible now. But Twisted Mouse or Guz or anyone else here who's just popping in and finding out about a project. Oh, the bot's already said it. I was going to give you guys the command, but the bot's done it for me. We got a website now that has just been released last week. So feel free to have a peep. The bot knows, yeah, it knew exactly what I wanted. It's sentient. Okay, so if we want to go all out, I can even show Carol rolling out of this in the outside, but it's not necessary that we do that. We can always just have it as it is. But one thing I'm thinking is to move have this happen all at a lower end of the screen, because the cart rushes away quite fast and there's more I want to fit in that involves Rose, which I think we're going to work on a bit of that today. But there was something else I wanted to do in the actual cart scene first. I wanted to get an Oliver graphic for when he gets dropped. At the very least. So I'll just have a watch again. Everything happens within like a few seconds, so much at once. I'm probably going to put in a few dialogue boxes in between the action, but it'd have to be a timed dialogue box, I think, because if we let it run, if we let it be a player click dialogue box, then Carol's timing with the roll won't work. So I'll look into that. Hi Naz, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good Wednesday, and everybody else. I'll be catching up with chat as soon as I've watched this scene. So there was a little problem with Hank's animation because we changed his graphic. But that's an easy enough fix. Thank you for the follow as well, Twisted Mouse. I've been using this for about 3 days. I'm very new, so I haven't touched script yet. I'm very excited, currently doing my first cutscene. That's awesome. I'm always happy to meet people that are working on projects, making games as well. So it's good to meet you. And we have a creative work section in our Discord as well. So when your game gets to a point that you'd like to show it off, then feel free to post it in there. It's been a while, lots of audio projects, so being busy in life in general. How's Raindrop Chronicles going? Haven't been looking at Discord either recently. Yeah, well now, so I've been away myself. I've only just returned after a few weeks off. I think it was about 3 weeks. And that's because I was working on the website. So I was so focused doing this that it was very difficult to stream at the same time because it's website, it can be very time consuming. So I decided to just get it done and stream once it was finished. So there it is, and it's good to see you again. Glad to have you back. So you haven't missed much because, I've been off. I've only been back, I think this is the 4th stream back now, since the website was made. And now we're just carrying on with cutscene work from where we left off a few weeks ago, just making making the scene as good as it can be, one step at a time. We're getting there. We've made progress from Monday, and the goal is to get it done by the end of the week. Good to know. Hope you don't mind questions here and there. Sure. In fact, it's actually handy if you guys ask me questions, because if it's it could always go on the FAQ page I'm in the middle of making, depending on what the question is. Because there's a lot more that still has to go on the website, such as credits, FAQ, and I'm going to gather a bunch of questions over time, and once there's enough, I'll be making an FAQ page with those on. People saying hi, I'm mute from the bathroom at work. Don't tell anybody. Battle sandwich here. All the love. Hope you have a nice day. Oh, don't you worry. I know who Pulse the Seagull is. I could never forget that. Hope you're doing well, Battle Sandwich. And for the new peeps that have just come in as well, I mean, I'm showing off the website to you guys, but I also want to show off this amount. And I'm going to also put a note. I put up the emote in chat. It's Carol the Barrel from our game. I mean, she's famous. Who would know Carol? Unless you knew, of course. But once you've been here a bit, you'll know who Carol is. I spammed her in chat earlier, and poor Binary Ferret thought it was a sub emote, and he subbed to me, and I felt so awful. So I want to make it clear now that it's a bit emote, not a sub emote. Don't be that guy, girl. But I hope you're doing well, Paul Sasigo, Battle Sandwich as well. Is it legal to marry a barrel? Yes, it is, because Carol the Barrel is a romance option in this game. So it bloody better be legal, otherwise the main hero will be locked away. So yes, I suppose there's no issue at all with having a relationship or marrying a barrel in this world. I guess it depends. We haven't really... There's a lot of factions out there that we haven't done any factions yet. There's been a little bit of discussion of world building, but very little at this point. It's something we're going to flesh out as we go along. So who knows, maybe there'll be a faction out there that are so like prejudice that they prevent human and barrel being together. Who knows? There's going to be all sorts of horrible, evil antagonist factions out there, I'm sure. Yes, and nobody in here will judge. Oh, nobody at all. I mean, from what I'm aware, a lot of people here will be romancing Carol when the option comes available in the game. She seemed like a popular romance choice, so you wouldn't be the only one. You wouldn't be the only one, that's for sure. I think people just want to do it for the jokes, in all honesty. Or maybe they just genuinely love Carol. That's great. Hi Pixel Logic, thank you so much for that raid. How are you guys doing? Hi guys. Hi DK. Hi Pixel. Hi Coffee Cup. Elite as well coming in. How are you doing? I see you all. Hope I've not missed anybody's name. How are you guys? Split. Welcome. Hello. How was your stream? Thanks for bringing your community here. It's good to meet you guys. So we'll give Pixel a shout out, see what he was up to, or she. I'm not going to gender assume. There we go. So what were you up to? Tell us what you were streaming. I was just in the Discord and heard about surprise, wasn't with the Raiders. Oh really? That's funny timing. I did wonder, Elite. I was like, is that Elite's friends, or is Elite just coming in at the same time? It's quite funny. we are working with a music mobile app. That sounds really fun. I'll definitely check it out. So guys, feel free to have a check out a Pixel stream as well. So guys, in case you're curious what we're up to here, we're working on our community game, Raindrop Chronicles. We've recently hit 100 streams, so that was pretty awesome. We've also launched the website last week, so have a little look if you want to find out more about the project. That'll be awesome. Thanks for being here, everybody. We're making some cutscene today. Well, a particular cutscene. It's an action one, so it's been a challenge. The first real action scene of the game, and as you can see, there's a barrel in the middle of the road at the moment. So I'm doing a lot of testing to see how it's working. And how are you doing, Elite? Elite probably wants to know what this surprise is now, so I feel like it's a good time to say. We've been talking about it all stream, and I think it's worth bringing it up again. So let's get. I'm going to copy and paste it actually. This is our. That's our announcement. Carol Barrel emote, but it's not a sub emote, it's a bit emote. So don't sub lol, because someone did. and it's a bit. So Twitch recently brought out a new feature which is bit badge emotes. So if you've got the 1K badge, and I know a few of you have, that means that you've also got Carol the Barrel as an emote forever on Twitch. Because once you've got that badge, you've got it. You know, unlike sub emotes, if you unsub, you don't have them anymore. But with this one, you get to keep it. So, she's pretty cool, isn't she? We'll probably fill up this, because we've got a few other slots, so over time, I'll eventually add more. Once I get time to get them designed. So enjoy that, Elite, because yeah, you had the 1K badge. I love it. Yep, gotta have Carol as an emote. So we're definitely gonna have our lovable characters as our bit emotes, and I think our lovable characters are the barrels. Everybody likes them, and they stand out. If you use that in somebody's stream, people will be like, what is that? So it will definitely attract attention, that's for sure. There's no other barrel emotes on Twitch. Well, as far as I'm aware, if there is, tell me, because I want to say. But how are you doing, Ali? I hope you're having a good week. Right, so we will carry on with what we was doing, and there was something wrong. Yeah, Hank's animation, that was right. So we will have to just make him change his graphic again. I'll probably put it there. Actually, you know, the best thing to do instead of doing this, get rid of that, keep that as it is. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place, actually, is just copy and paste this, the side views. I'm still considering doing the faces on the side at some point. The last time we tried to attempt that, it all went very badly wrong and they looked ridiculous. Because it's a very small section of face on that thick barrel, you see. So only, you know, it would only show a very small part of the face from the side. But I do intend to get the faces on there eventually, because I think it'll just look better if we pull it off right. Where's the I wonder where that one went. Is it because that one's in front? Yeah, that's right. So that's fine. We've got happy Hank there and sad Hank there. Heading back to work now. Happy to see you still working so hard. Keep it up. Thank you, Elite. Have a good luck with your work. Hope it goes well and enjoy the Carol emote. It's well deserved. You deserve that emote. Is that a screaming barrel? It is. BRB, enjoy the BRB as well, Naz. Okay, so let's get this saved. And Shatoof, thank you for joining the Discord. I'll give a welcome to you. Did I save that? I'm going to save it again. I'm pretty sure I did, but being on Discord distracted me. Okay, so that should solve the little tiny issue we had in the cutscene. I'm just going to watch it again, and then we'll work on the Oliver graphic. We got to do Woody, Elvira, and Meryl panicking. But first, I think before we do them, I'll probably work on the outside bit when Carol falls off. We'll see. But it's all visual work today. I've purposely muted the game sound so that I'm not distracted by sound, and so that we can look at how it all works visually as an action sequence. And thank you, Shadoof and Ray Mari, for the follow. I appreciate that. I hope I've said your names right, guys. I'm not often the best at pronouncing things. But welcome to the stream. And I'm going to let you guys know again, so we got a lot of new peeps from Pixel's raid about our game. Our website says it all. It's all the info about what the project is and stuff. But there'll be more put on over time. We're going to slowly build it as a big giant resource. Binary loves the Angry Carol. He's obsessed with it. I'm very glad. That's what I want. I want you guys to like that. Okay, so I think the way the scene's working, I mean, we'll have some dialogue in between, just for the pacing and to break things up at some point. But for now, we'll just get the scene working. We'll add that at the end. So, Oliver, where are you? He's a cutie pie, this one, isn't he? I feel like he'd work well as an emote, because he's actually pixel art himself, so. Not from the raid, by the way, been lurking for a while, which is what I mostly do anyway. Awesome. Well, whether you're from the raid or not from the raid, I appreciate you guys being here either way. So thanks for stopping in and deciding to click on the stream today. Does that character die at some point? Oh my goodness. What a question. I think Binary wants to break our hearts asking such a thing. As for character deaths, we just... I guess it's a question mark at this stage, because we're still very early on in the story. And I've kind of banned character deaths too early on anyway. If character deaths are going to happen, it's going to be later in the game, especially if they're an important character with a character arc, because we don't want to kill someone off before they've at least, until their story's expired. But I'm definitely not saying no to characters dying, main ones, when if it ever feels like it could be a good decision to do that, we'd probably put up a poll and see what people think. Everything is run by polls when it comes to decisions in the story. and you guys vote, and whatever gets the most votes is what we go for. And I tend to create the polls as well, so if chat have any really interesting creative ideas, I'll add it to the poll. And some of our best, most funny and interesting things that have happened in the game, story and character wise, have been from chat's funny ideas. I would have never have given Meryl a bra if it wasn't for someone in chat suggesting that, for example. You gotta go for those emotional big hits. I know. I definitely like character deaths in works of fiction. I tend to be drawn to stories that have that, but not when it's unnecessary. At the same time, when it's right, then yes. And Doom, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome. Appreciate you guys. What better way than a cute little pot thing? Confirmed baby pot. Only if the polls end up making him. If you guys as a community, if we ever was to put a poll up with that question, if most of you wanted him dead, then yeah, that would be what would happen. It could also be that because this is a very much a branching story game with a lot of different outcomes, it could be that in one outcome he dies and another outcome he lives. We could also go with that route. But he is made out of clay, so he is very vulnerable. You know, he's the most vulnerable, even more vulnerable than Hank, believe it or not. That's why Hank jumps in front of him, well, jumps behind him, should I say, because he knows how delicate he is. And let's face it, if Carol rolled into him, he's a goner. He'd just be in pieces. If Hank didn't jump in the way in this cutscene, I don't even want to think about what would have happened to him. He'd just be on the floor in little yellow broken bits. That would be, I want to cry just thinking about it. Is there a simple way I can make my screen flash black, or do I need to create a new map and transfer my actors there? Sorry. Flash black. See, there's a lot of things I haven't experimented with myself yet, so just so you know, Twisted Mouse, I'm no pro, and I tend to do things as I go along in this project, and sometimes it takes me a while too to work things out. But hang on, have we got, because I can give you something that might help. Are you aware of the community forums, Twisted Mouse? Because I'm going to give you the link to those. I go on these a lot, and people have helped me when I've been stuck. So if there is anything, I definitely recommend post on them. People tend to get back to you quite fast as well. But there's a lot of really, it's really cool. We're lucky that we've got such an active community to help us out when we're stuck. There's a screen flash command. Yeah, Mary's probably right. I don't think it's too complicated. So just have a little look through the event commands and see. But yeah, if there's ever anything complicated, then the forum will be sure to help. It's been a while. Oh, that's cool. It's cool that you've used it too, Mary. Have you ever made a game in RPG Maker? Okay, so we were gonna do an Oliver graphic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this one. This is going to be his graphic when Hank gets hit and drops him. He's not going to be smiling though, I'll tell you that. Let me just have a look. We'll basically probably just do these two faces. Actually, I think we can just copy and paste these. Probably easier to do that because they're not merged. So we can do that. I think we could make his hole a bit bigger. I mean, a bit darker, sorry, not bigger. Don't take that the wrong way. I think it looks a bit better when it's a bit darker. I always do it binary. I've said some things in my time by accident. I'm back. Welcome back, Naz. Nothing publicly released that. Ah, awesome. Well, if you ever do, then let us know. We got a Discord where I've specially made a channel for you guys to share your creative work. Flash screen right there. I have no idea how I didn't see that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, sometimes it's more simple than you realise. But then there's some simple things that sometimes are impossible to do as well. It all depends. So much like time is spent in this with this game making, just messing about and trying to get things to work. But it's fun because then when it works, it's a pretty badass feeling. Oops, what's happened to poor Oliver? He's got mud on his face. There we go. So trying to work out what layers I need to merge. I think it's those two. There we go. I think that's the same positions, that's fine. He's so lucky he didn't break though. Bless him. I don't know who's cuter out of him and Hank, personally. Spent about an hour making a butterfly move around that. That's not too bad all in all. I've spent like 6 hours doing something super simple sometimes. It's the way of life. The UX of RMVS kind of terrible, really easy to miss, not find stuff even if you use it a lot. Yeah, do you think that it's better in the earlier RPG makers? MV in a lot of ways has kind of like gone back. Like instead of being better, it's kind of got worse than some of the softwares. I've noticed there's a few features that were available in some of the early ones that were really cool that you can't do in MV, such as selecting a singular frame in an action sequence. I think you could do in an older one, but you can't in MV. And there's other little things I can't remember now, but it's definitely a bit more limited, but at the same time, I'm very glad that the software exists. RPG Maker is a very handy tool. Never use anything other than MV when it comes to RPG Maker. Yeah, I have dabbled in them, but it was years ago. Like the last one I used was well over 10 years ago. I think it was XP. I haven't used anything since XP, I don't think. Never used the VX one. Okay. I think I saved this, so we should be able to put him in now. or a fresh RPG maker, because we've got a new image. Why am I hungry already? I had lunch before stream. Have to get a snack soon. Where's Oliver? Right. I know why he's not there. Once again, it's because I need to copy and paste his frames in every single bit. My goodness me. But yes, this is because you can't select individual frames anymore. Like you could I think, I honestly don't know which one it was myself, but this is what I heard on the forum, that you could select individual frames. But now you can only select the 3x4 section of the sprite sheet. Which means, you know, you can sometimes get blank frames if they're not filled in. So this is why we have to do it. I wonder if there's a way around it though. If there is a way, if there's a plug-in or something. I'm not sure there is, but would be pretty cool if there was. I'm going to merge these ones so it'll be easier. Because otherwise, if I don't fill in the gaps, I have to move the position before the graphic change to the slides thing, and it can sometimes you can still see that missed frame. So this seems to be the easiest solution for this problem. Kind of curious about that, and I should still have the older versions installed. Awesome. Well, Mary, if you do figure it out, feel free to let me know, because it would be just easier, wouldn't it? Just a bit of a time saver, and it doesn't waste the character sprite sheet as much, the space. So he should be appearing now. I might have to reload RPG Maker again if he doesn't. It's so cool you're in the top 30, Fantasia. Are you proud of yourself? Oh, poor old Oliver's on the floor. I don't know whether to have the sad face or the shocked face, because Hank's got the shocked face. But the animation itself, when Hank grabs Oliver, is it's much smoother than it was yesterday. Oh god, yesterday it was like so jumpy and missing frames. So I spent all of last night just trying to do my best with, because you know it's quite limited in terms of animation, this is, but you can put something together if you try. Okay, so The stuff on the cart is at an adequate level now. There's still more to do. I don't want the other characters to just be vegetables during all this hijacking thing that's going on. But I want to start working on the outside scene, because that's also a pretty important part. So there is, I have my draw IO up. Here's the description. So Carol falls and starts running towards Oliver. Hank jumps in front of Oliver, which we've done. Carol crashes into Hank, making a hole in him, and accidentally rolls out of the cart, not realising what she did to Hank. Carol lands on the ground outside, the cart speeds off, and Carol is left behind. So we've got all up to this point now. We haven't added the sound effects properly yet, but we'll do that at the end. So we've got Carol sees Rose jump out and attacks the hijackers. The hijackers catch Rose and take Rose prisoner. So this one's going to be a challenge to pull off, this last bit, because the cart rides off like within several frames. You see it for a bit, but then it's gone. So one thing we can do, because we do have Carol in the middle of the screen, we could always move it down so we get more time and more frames out of it all. So at the moment they're there, but we could, wonder how it'll look if we do that. We'll say. And if we get more time, then we'll be able to do more and show more. So but we might not be able to be as ambitious as with our description as we want to. We might have to change a couple of things slightly, which I'll talk about soon. If you meant picking the character frame directly, neither VXA nor 2000 support that. Oh, really? So judging by that, those versions at the least didn't. So I'm sure somebody on the forum said that it was a thing in at least one of them, but I can't remember which one, if it was one, unless that person was misinformed. But whether or not it did support it, I think it'd be pretty cool if it did. For a lot of people, I think people would like that. Because, you know, sometimes when you change the graphic in a cutscene, you don't want it to be a full sprite like a 3x4. You just want to change the face sometimes, and it's just a static one. So it would be pretty handy for that. I don't know. Hang on, let me just watch this again, because I keep missing this part. This is the important bit. I think that Carol's not even on the screen now. So maybe I put her too low. Okay, so yeah, it's all a bit too low. That's the problem here. So all we need to do, maybe she'll be there then, because the scene itself in game only shows a portion of the map. It doesn't show the whole thing, so it's about getting her there. Because we do have a 2x zoom cam on our game. It's definitely a lot cozier like that, rather than seeing the sprites that they're small size. And it works. The graphics still look decent. Is it still too low? You know what the problem might be here? It might be where I positioned the transfer event. It might not be. Yeah, I'll do that. No, not there, because then it'll be in the center again. I'll put it there. We'll see what happens. I didn't realise you could zoom. It can be a bit fiddly. I spent a couple of days trying to get it how I liked it, because the problem is there can often be a clash with some plugins. I know there was a bug that I experienced when I did it, and it took a while to get it sorted, but in the end it worked. But I'll just let you know what the plugin is that I use. Let me just get it up. I need to categorize these better because they're all just, I've got all the Yanfly ones in the position they should be in that, but I do need to break them up, especially when I start getting more, because it's gonna get confusing. Is it cam control? No, that it's not that one. That's just like when the cam moves. It's CTB zoom. Add proper zooming to the map. I didn't think it was this one. I'm sure I could have sworn it was another map zoom. That's it. I think the other one does a different thing, but this is the one that I use. So as you can see, it's on a 2.0 zoom. If I put it on 1.0, then you'd see them. They'd look super small. It's quite shocking actually when you look at it now at the 1.0. But I think mainly the reason why I need it like that is because my game is a full screen one. If it was, you know, the crop screen that RPG Maker is by default, it wouldn't be an issue having them on the smaller size. But once you start having a larger resolution, it just looks a bit silly when they're too small. So this was what it was, and the instructions are all there. And it's quite simple. It's just whether it works with all the other plugins you've got, I guess that's the main thing. Just started reading about them, but yeah, there's so much out there. Just having a look on the RPG Maker forums alone and you'll see what's out there. There's something for most things, really. It's pretty cool. So hopefully now Carol will be on the screen, we'll see. And there's going to definitely be dialogue from Carol at that point, because she's just panicking and jumping around randomly. And it's like, we'll definitely add some dialogue, some panicked dialogue or confused dialogue from the group. So that worked. I think Carol's position was fine there, but the problem is the cart doesn't finish driving off, so I think we just need more move ups, don't we? I mean, we could just repeat it, I guess, but let's see if it works. Why is it getting stuck? I definitely put quite a lot of move ups there. The reason why it's getting stuck is because the player's in the way, isn't it? Which is what tends to be a thing. He's invisible, but he's there. Because we can't see the player in the cutscene, that'd be silly. So we're gonna have to I'm reluctant to put it lower because then they'll be too high up the screen, I think. So maybe if we just put it there, it'll be fine if we put it one square to the right. I just hope it's not going to be off center. We'll see. It is off centre. And if I put it one, because I don't think we can have the player on through, can we? We just have a look. Movement route, player through on. Yeah. Let's see if we can do that actually. Put it back to where it was in the middle. I'm going to get rid of them and just put it on repeat. Player through on, because through, it says, makes it possible to move through impassable tiles and characters. So that way it doesn't matter if we have him there in the way. It should go right through him. I hope so anyway. And then we won't be off centre, which will work out best. Okay, so it's there, and we get the cart on this screen a lot longer now, which just gives us more time to see Rose, which was the ultimate goal of the flashback, really, to get her to show that Carol sees her. So at the moment we have that Carol sees Rose jump out and attacks the hijackers. The hijackers capture Rose and take Rose prisoner. So I think we can definitely do the first part of that, but the bit where it says capture Rose and take Rose prisoner, Carol's not going to see all that happen, you know. That would happen after. I mean, that would have been what does happen, this bit here. But obviously the flashback's going to end and we're not going to know that at this point. All Carol sees is that she attacks them and she's there. So that makes Rose the only lead on Carol finding her companions again. And I definitely think in the time that we've got the cart on the scene, we can get Rose there, showing her jumping down and attacking, because she's quite, you know, flexible. She's a vampire. We can show a bit of blood, vampire blood, attacking the hijackers, and then it just drives off. And Carol like will turn around and be like, hey, or something like to that degree. True Baldy, how are you doing? It's so good to see you, True Baldy. How is your day? Are you getting better, True Baldy? Are you feeling a lot better now? Because I know that you was a sick one. You're going to be a storm soon, Fantasia. Someone captures Rose. No, I know, right? Rose is she's treated badly as a character. I mean, she's captured here. She was also captured by the little girl in the village, Fiona Buckington. If you see the story so far, our first video, you'll see she was captured there as well. It's because she's a vampire and people fear her, but she's like actually super like gentle. She's only aggressive with people that are a threat to her or bad. Like, she attacks these hijackers because she knows they're bad people, but she wouldn't like hurt somebody for no good reason. Okay, so let's try this. This is going to be an interesting challenge. So let's see what we can do with this. So what I'm thinking is we have our cart here. That's Oliver in the cart, which we had earlier on, but we're going to need one with Rose on. So I wonder if we should start a fresh cart. We probably should, actually, rather than a new row, because that'll count as facing down, which we don't want. We want the top one. So I'm gonna let's just switch back to this screen first and do it on here so you guys can't see all the windows and stuffs. Okay, so we'll copy this image. We'll call it cart 2. So I'm thinking we got to show Rose coming down, and eventually she'll like be she could be on top of the cart, but she could have also gone in the front and we don't see her. We only see her like go. The cart kind of would overlap her. So we could always do that, and that'll probably be easier thinking about it. So let's just look at Rose first. We've got her thing here. So at the moment, I'm going to just do a test with the current default sprite of Rose and just get her coming down on the screen and see how it looks first of all. And any alterations from that we'll do afterwards. So probably we'll get an event here, event 4. Change image to Rose. And this is the bit where we experiment now. So I did a similar thing for Hank's scene when he got crashed into. He kind of jumped up in the air and then ended up on the floor, all broken. So we can do a similar thing here and see how it looks. Everyone says, Rose, Legmark, how you doing? It's good to see you again, Legmark. And you're getting better now, True Baldy. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing well, True Baldy. I was up late because I was working on a new emote for the channel. And let me show you guys again what the emote is. It's everybody who has been involved in the game development will know this character. And I've put there, not a sub emote, it's a bit emote, so don't sub because we had that happen. Somebody subbed thinking that they were going to get that emote, and it was like, no, it's not a sub emote. We all felt bad. And all this rain in the UK right now, water rain, that's the worst kind. If only there could be blood rain. Oh wait, on Twitch it is. And my most favourite voice to boot. Oh, Legmark, that is very kind of you to say. Appreciate the kind words, and it's always good to have you here too, Legmark. I hope life is treating you well and your project is going well too. It's good to see you again. Okay, I will have to be going for a snack soon because I can tell I'm getting a bit peckish, but I can hold on till 5. I want to get this scene done first of all. So this is the script we're going to need. It's a very simple script and you need a plugin to get it working, I'm afraid. And that plugin is, let me remind myself what that one is. Move Routes Extras, yes. That's the one, Gal's Move Route Extras to do this. So that's not the coordinates we want that are there currently. That was for Hank. But we'll work out the ones we want. So 3028, we'll do that and see how it looks. It could be really bad, but this is the point. This what we're doing now is a test, and anything we need to adjust we will. So I'm just putting a weight. I don't know if we need to, but I'll put it there anyway. Don't think we need the weight for completion for that though. So let's just say the disaster of how this cutscene's gonna look now, because it usually always is when the first time. You didn't say that once you reach 4K followers you'd start a YouTube ASMR channel. You 100% definitely said this for sure. I'm hype. Maybe it's a joke I did. I couldn't imagine me pulling off ASMR, because you have to like have a bit of a technique to it, don't you? You have to get all these objects and put them in front of your mic, and I wouldn't have a clue what I'm doing. But I think legmog means my voice is ASMR, don't you? And if you want a YouTube series of me narrating Raindrop Chronicles and talking about the story and the lore, then if that's ASMR to you, then yeah, that's what you'll get. That's something that I'll be slowly getting done. Actually, we've already got the first story so far video, but expect more of those and lore videos and everything else to accompany them over time, because I want it to be a big information centre for people who want to know more about the game. Well, I'll be lurking now, working for hours while having this stream in the background. Awesome, thank you for the lurk, Legmog. Have an awesome, awesome work day, and I hope it goes very productively for you. Thanks for stopping in. Carol at this point will be like, what the fudge? But she won't say fudge because that's not a word Carol would use. Okay, so I was right. It turned out a disaster. Why is Rose down there? I have no idea. We'll soon find out. We'll solve this problem. Okay. I'm assuming it's because there's no weight in between. So everything's just happening at once. But we didn't put a weight for Hank. You know, that's why I thought it might work, because Hank's, we didn't have a weight with Hank's. Let me check. Yeah, we just did Hank's and it worked. But we'll say. There's a reason why this hasn't succeeded anyway, like Hank's animation did, and we're going to figure that out. Because what we're trying to do, the effect time after, is Rose dropping from the top of the screen and landing on the cart, or kind of going under the cart to give the illusion that she's gone to the front of the cart and landed on the attackers. We'll see what we can do. Where's some long thing I can have playing in the background while I work? Nothing is interesting me. I wonder if Rosie Raindrop is live result. Yay! Yeah, I don't know if you knew, Legmo, but I was off for a few weeks, unexpectedly. I didn't ever predict that would happen so close after my Christmas holiday off. I didn't want to, but it ended up happening because the website took over, like, you know, websites are hard, well, not hard to make, but time consuming. And I promised that the 100th Raindrop Chronicles stream would be the website launch. And so I says, guys, I won't be streaming until the website's done. And silly me thought I could have done it in one weekend. And it's not possible. More like 3 weeks to a month is the time realistically it takes. Hey Rain Robot, stop copying what I did. Oh, okay, so it worked, but it happened too late. And Rose is also on the screen, and she shouldn't be. She's So I think there just needs to be some weight commands, and the timing of it all is a bit off. So let's fix that. We need a weight here. Oh, not the player. There we go. Might need more than that, but we'll see. And she needs to be higher. Needs to be off the screen. I can't wait to do Woody's panicked face though. Okay, so now it was too late. And she comes down way too low as well. But at least she's off the screen now. That was considerably long. We'll get rid of both the weights and see what happens. I need to see that again. Rose also needs to disappear as well and not go that low. It might need to happen a bit slower though, because she does come down quite fast. Because you wouldn't even see her if at the speed she's going. So, it's on slow, but maybe it doesn't count that. Maybe it counts the weight in the middle. We'll see. We'll put that 220 back. I mean 120. And she has to disappear again. We have to change the graphic to none, so that she's no longer there anymore. Actually, yeah, that's where we put it. And she just, hang on, so we had it on 3028. We need to have it higher. Have it on 3023. Because the cart would have already gone up a bit by the time she gets there. Okay, so she disappears too late and something else was wrong. This is one of these scenes I'm going to have to watch a gazillion times again to figure out what's happening. Still feel she's coming down a bit fast. So it might not be to do with the weight. Okay, so I'd like her to come down a bit earlier actually, so let's pop her there. Have that as 60, see if it makes a difference. And it might look better if she's coming in from the side. So I'm going to move her there actually. It should automatically turn around, I'm hoping. No, she didn't turn around because it's a silly. So turn left. The speed is silly and fast. I wonder if we change it to slower whether it will work. I don't think it will. I think it's the script, the reason it's so fast. We might need to change it to another one rather than the jump one. I'll say. She's still facing the front, even though I've got the turn left there. Do we have a... Nope, we don't have direction fix, so that shouldn't have been a problem. I think it's probably the command that might be the issue. The script. So let's have a look what else there is. So I'm using the jump too at the moment. There's also a step towards, so maybe we'll try that one instead. Step towards events position, and then we can literally just say event 1, and hopefully that means she'll go to wherever it is on the map at the time. We'll see. We'll see the difference. Get rid of the speed thing now. And once this is a point I'm happy with, I'll go get my snack. She's gone, she's not even there. So we might need to still do the coordinates if that's being a bit weird. yeah, so we'll do the step towards the coordinates and see if that works instead. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. What's this old school Zelda? It's going to be a combination of RPG influences, I'd say. Retro JRPG for sure, but with some, like, a lot of Western RPG inspiration as well, especially with the quest system. So welcome. If you want to read more about our game, we do have a website. Have a peep if you'd like to. I think it was 30:23. So yeah, we're making a cutscene today. I think for the rest of this week we'll be just finishing this cutscene, and then next week we'll just be working on making it into a better looking map. And then hopefully after that we'll be able to move on to the next thing. Cutscenes can be pretty time consuming, especially if you want to make sure they're right. Mainly action ones, because I'm new to this. Okay, so that didn't work either. We might have to stick to the jump one. But we also have another way to do this actually, so I might try that instead. I have another script from a different plugin. So fingers crossed this one works. Otherwise we'll have to use the first one. Fantasia checking out those raindrops. Why is she walking? This is so silly. Okay, we're gonna have to do the jump one, because that just makes a walk there, which is obviously not what we want to do. The jump one's fine, it just needs a lot of adjustment because it's happened so fast. So what was it? It was Gal move through extras. I'm also going to use the event actually instead of the coordinates, just because it can be a little bit tricky to get the coordinates right, especially when the event's moving. You have to get the right wait command. Let's just see if that works. Oh, not too bad, National Mars Day. You can do it. A shower. Showers are quite badass. Our top rank is Leviathan, which is a water-related summon in Final Fantasy. So it kind of fit quite well as the top rank. I mean, if I do it, I'm not even that. No, I'm the streamer. I'm not even that. I still need 4K raindrops until I'm a Leviathan. Code Mora, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. You guys are doing good. Like, it's actually quite hard to get anywhere close to the top 100 or top 200 these days, with all over the years and months, the peeps that have been in stream. So GJ. Right, so the issue is I want to facing left instead of the front. I want it to be a bit of a slower speed, and I also, whoa, what happened then? She zoomed up. And I also want to make sure we don't see her come, we know she has to disappear as soon as she's give the illusion that she's landed on the cart. So there's a few little silly bits to sort. We'll get those done. And really, once we're happy with the positioning, it's just about making it look better, and maybe adding some effects like blood and splatters, and making it look like she's landed on him and sucked all that blood. Maybe we could even show a body fly off if we really want to put in detail. Because there's probably going to be more than one hijacker. One hijacker would still be riding the horse, because there's 2 horses, so you know that means there's got to be at least 2 ride. Well, not necessarily. Sometimes 1 rider and 2 horses, because it's not really someone controlling the horse, but there could still be 2 of them there. I think that fits good story wise. And Rose could always kill one of them. That would look pretty badass. And then Carol would see it, she'd witness it, and then really the scene would close at that point when the cart's driven off. She might have some dialogue as it closes, and then it'll just be about tidying things up, making sure that these guys here react to the hijackings, and then it just add in sound. So we'll spend the rest of the stream sorting out Rose and her positioning. I'll do some off stream today, and then we got tomorrow to finish it off, and hopefully we can. And anything I don't do at the end of tomorrow's stream, I'll do over the weekend, and then on Monday we'll get to do some mapping and stuff. We can talk about what we can potentially have outside here that'll make the landscape look super pretty. But yeah, we'll only see a small portion of it, so we don't have to go over the top and do the whole area. I mean, the main thing is the bits that are closer to the path get attention. So I'm just going to go on a quick art BRB, peoples. I'm going to hit myself a snack because I'm a hungry one. I'm doing good, Code, though. I hope you are too. We're just getting on with our scene. And once this scene's done, guys, once the mapping's done as well next week, I'm going to make a sneak peek YouTube video of this scene, because I think it's pretty entertaining, especially the dialogue that happens before the hijacking. And I'd like to show it off. I'd like people to see it who don't come to the streams as well, so that it draws them in, the characters, because these characters are pretty cool. So I'm going to post it on YouTube and probably on Twitter and stuff once the scene's done, and then it will just be carrying on with the main part of the story. We'll be revisiting the first boss again, the fruits, and getting them done, because that is going to be a big thing. And then the second quest of the game, second main quest, will be finished after that point, and it will be about starting the third main quest. And I still don't know at this point how many quests we'll have in episode 1. I assume it could be anywhere between half a dozen and a dozen. A dozen might be a bit much, especially because our quests are quite long and very meaty, I feel, compared to some quests in some games. So we'll see, but I definitely want a decent amount of main story content in episode 1, and there will be side quests as well that people can do too, that we'll be doing, and it'll be really fun when we get to start talking about side quests we can have. And I'm going to make sure we only have super awesome ones. Right, so I'll be BRB and I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy Carol the Barrel Rage while I'm gone. And it's not a sub emote. Okay, just a warning. So nobody subs for that. It's a bit emote. See you soon. Hello, I have returned with some soy milk. Okay, guys, give me a sec. Okay, I am back. You should still sub to... Yeah, if anyone wants to sub and support the stream, I certainly won't complain. But I won't want anybody to sub for the wrong reasons. Which is accidentally thinking that it's you're gonna get Carol. If you want Carol badly, then it's a bit reward. It's a 1k bit badge reward. Welcome back. Thank you, Joker. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, guys. So I was like, why has Twitch changed the chat thing at the top? You know where you get the bits, and you also have gift subs. Why are they showing gift subs instead of the bits? I want to show the bits because you guys have given bits today and it's hiding it. I don't know if Twitch let you do that now, but I wish that they would, because I would change it to bits and then we'd see Fantasia's top. click the arrow left and right. Yeah, I know it lets you if you click left or right, but I would like it so that the bits were there first, so you didn't have to go that way or click the arrows. I'd rather the bits be shown than the gift subs. And I wondered if there was a way to have it set up so you could show the bits rather than so that you have to click the arrow to see the gift subs, but the bits were there first. That would be awesome. So, you know, Fantasia would be the star of the stream, like Fantasia deserves. But yeah, I feel like I need to send Twitch an email and be like, let me have bits up first. I'm going to just have a quick peek in my dashboard, guys, because I want to see if I can do that. Preferences. Moderation, is this it? No. It's affiliate. Leaderboards. Pin top cheers and sub gifts to the top of your chat, yeah? Monthly, yeah. Oh, it doesn't let you put the bits first though. I'm a bit miffed about that. Just because I personally think that's Twitch trying to get people to be like, hey, you can give sub to this streamer, you know, and they put it like as there on purpose for a money grabbing thing. I know that Bits kind of does that in a similar way, but a bit less in your face, in my opinion. And I'd rather show off what people have actually, like, there are actually people this month that have given Biff, so I'd rather that be on view than something, than it be hidden. But it's no big deal, because I suppose you can just click the arrows, but it's just a preference thing for me. And it'd be nice to have a bit of that flexibility, but no biggie, I guess. Not worth making a fuss about. Okay, so back to the scene. Right, we're trying to figure out if we could get Rose facing left at least. And it seems with everything we're trying, we can't really do that. So the only thing I think we can do to make this work the way we want is to make a new graphic. We'll do it here, I think, and have it be here at the top. Be a left one. I mean, we can use this one. I kind of want to give the illusion she's like ready to land. So having her legs with one foot in front of the other might be ideal. So we'll copy that one. Okay, so this is simple now. We just have to reload RPG Maker, put the new image in, and that should solve our problem easily enough, but there's a few little other bits to do. still not save the image. Still a blank. Did it not save properly? Should have. Oh, I saved it as a PSD, didn't I? That's why. Okay, so it should now. But I bet the image hasn't loaded in yet. Oh, it has. Okay, so let's do another test plan and see how it's looking now. Okay, so we have to make her disappear sooner so we don't see her after she's jumped on it. Change up to 10 frames and see if that solves that. But it's all happening very fast. I wonder if there is a way to slow it down. Because we won't even see that it's rows otherwise. Just look like a big, like, weird object falling down. Still too late. Move it down a bit as well, so it happens a bit sooner. Well, definitely a tricky one. I think we can't use event. We're gonna have to use coordinates for where she jumps down, and we have to do it in a way that she lands there in the exact same time the cart is in the position it needs to be. It's one of those really precise things again. We'll try 3026 and we'll just adjust it to what it needs to be. And yes, I'm 0 on the leaderboard. I just saw you say that. Well, the good thing is at least we don't see her on the ground where she shouldn't be now. But she's still not up there long. Oops, there she was. She's not there long enough. You can barely like see its rows, in all honesty. So there's a couple of ideas of what we could do to solve that problem. Okay, first of all, I'm going to watch this again and see if she appears immediately. And just so you know, chat, this, I'm going to just be polishing this particular section off stream tonight. And tomorrow we'll either do sounds or do the barrels reactions, or both. Oh yeah, and adding dialogue too, but we'll do that merged in with the barrels reactions. It's everything like flies by so fast in this scene. I can't even figure out what's happened, so we'll have the cart a bit lower, I think, as well, because we want the cart on the screen for as long as we can, so we can show as many things as we can happening as Carol rolls off. Nightmare, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're having a good week. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing something. The main thing is with this scene, like the most important thing of all is that we see Rose for long enough. I don't think we can't move the cart any lower actually, because Carol, it's right next to Carol, so we can't. But it's okay. It's not one thing. Like, let's just get the carting back up actually. So switch screen, Photoshop. So we would get, one idea was to get Rose on the top of the cart. I think we could do that, maybe. Moron, thank you for the follow. That's a funny name. Moron, as in the name Ron, also says moron, that the word that isn't very complimentary. It's funny. Thanks. Had to giggle at that one. But welcome to the stream, Ron. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. And hi, Oracle, as well. Good to see you. Hope you're doing awesomely. How are things going? So we've got to be careful with this because we can't have her too high up because she will be chopped off. So we gotta have her fitted on for what the tile the sprite, should I say, not the tile, what that allows. Yeah, I think that fits her on about right. So if we like show her landing on it rather than disappearing in front of it, she'll at least be on the screen for longer. And I think we need to register that it's Rose, because she's literally on the screen for like 0.2 of a second at most, and probably even less than that. You can barely tell it's Rose. Carol wouldn't have, certainly. So I think if we have her like that, then that will be cool. It's going to be a challenge though, because this is going to animate, so we might have to, yeah, we're going to have to do it on all. It's not that bad. But if I wanted to animate Rose, then that would be more complicated, because this repeats. But we'll keep it like this for now, and if we want to be more ambitious we can do that after. So let's save that. things are okay, just enjoying some tea with honey. That sounds yummy. I'm enjoying some soy milk, which is good. I like that milk. Okay. So we're going to have to change the cart graphic. That's the one thing we're going to have to do. So we might not be able to have the repeat on anymore. We might have to do a few move ups and then change it here. We'll see what works best. We might try a few different approaches to this. We'll do whatever's the easiest. Okay, so it's probably going to look very messy at first. We might see double rows as well, the one in event 4 and the one on the cart, but we'll get the timing just right so that the rows on event 4 disappears when the one on event 1 appears, and we'll also make sure the positioning is right as well. It's very you've got to be so carefully construct these cutscenes you have, but I actually find this really fun. I actually do. Even though it's super time consuming, it can be quite addictive. And that's not even thinking about the sounds yet. Still got to add all those. I'm not sure what happened there, but the cart graphic obviously changed at that point. But it's not changed properly because Rose isn't on there. Which is weird. I'd have at least thought we'd have seen Rose on top. Ah. So I've just realised what I've done wrong, and I got this backwards. I need to grab them all, all of them, yeah, so merge layers, and I knew there was a reason I put this cart down here. Is that 1 or 2 pixels above the... Okay, so the first one's got to be in line with the... Yeah, there we go. So it has to go on that one instead. That's why she didn't appear, because this is the cart that's facing up. This is the cart that's facing down, you see, because they're exactly as how character sprites work. So the facing up one's always the 4th row, and that's the position the cart's going, so it's moving up, so we have to use that one. So let's save that and get it in. Pandak, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How does Rose traverse in the daytime? She's not a vampire that's got a problem with sunlight. These vampires don't go by the same law as some vampire law. So that's a good thing about fantasy games with your races and your factions and all that. You can just make them how you want to make them. They can be unique to your world. So yeah, Rose is totally fine. She's not going to melt or sparkle in the sun. But this scene's happening at night time, so even if that was the case, she'd be okay. But in game, we were in the daytime in Everbloom Forest, so it's a good job she can't melt, because otherwise she'd be terrible to have as a party member when we're in the day. So what is the downside of being a vampire? Well, Rose vampire, she can't talk. She's feral. She's like an animal. There might be a group of vampires that are of a higher class in the game, but we haven't talked about them at all yet. We've only discussed that they could potentially exist and be a thing, but we haven't filled in any gaps or details, so there's still room to think of flaws and traits and all that for them. But Rose's biggest flaw ultimately is her ability to not, because she's feral. She's feral, she can't talk, she's very much like how an animal would be, except she's a human. So yeah, feral vampire is the best way to sum her up, I guess. Are they immortal? As in they don't age. Maybe the higher class of vampires could be. Totally would work. But it's still a question mark whether they're a thing or not. But it certainly wouldn't be something we'd say no to if the story went in that direction. But it'll be fun, because when we do like fill in these little blanks and details about lore and factions and races, I want to like do these little graphic sheets as well and put them on the website, and videos, YouTube videos as well, especially. So it's all going to be like a very gradual process. So wherever we are in the story, the quest that's relevant to what we're doing, if there's ever an opportunity to introduce something at that point, then that'll be what we start fleshing out. And it'll always be a big mystery as we develop the game, a lot of things, until we encounter something. Okay, so back to the cutscene. Now let's fix this little problem we had. There. So it should work now automatically. We don't need to change anything. We altered the save file and that's what we needed to do. I'm always interested in making lore. Yeah, it's one of those things for sure that we will do it in the moment. Like if we're like, okay, we've got a quest now and it's going to be centered around vampires, then we'll have the opportunity to really talk about that and put up polls and make decisions about how things are going to go. It's like this particular quest we've been doing, it's all been about the barrels and Carol's flashback. So we spent like multiple streams just talking about the barrels and talking about their personalities, and same for the fruits, the lemon and the blueberry, the fruit boss that we were working on back in December, I think, or it was around then. We'll be revisiting them after that we've worked on this bit in the game. We spent ages just talking about them as well. So I think you can get really into characterization and lore and world building once you focused on that particular part. It can be difficult to do it when it's so far off. Because I always like to stay focused on what we're currently working on so we don't get too off track. But it's still fascinating to contemplate things and consider how things could be, at least, and wonder. Okay, so we've got it. We can't animate it, I think, because animating it's gonna, well, at least we got it. Roses, the x-axis of Rose isn't aligned properly. I think that's the problem. It's not that we don't need to animate it, so we'll fix that. And we'll also have to make sure it carries on moving up and doesn't stop in the middle of the road. We'll see what we can do. There's definitely a few little and sorry guys, I don't think I even showed you that scene. I'm just rambling on about something you can't even see. Okay, so let's see what was wrong with that. She was a little bit off. She was like kind of just going like that. Rose was on the top of the cart, so I obviously didn't align it. My bad. So that one's right. So that should be fine now. And she won't be all stuttery in the seat when she's landed on the cart. So I'll save that again. So we need to make sure it carries on moving up, really, is the main thing. I think that was why it stopped in the middle of the road. So I think it'll just be about getting the timing of Rose dropping and landing now that we'll need to work on. Here we go. Remember to switch this time. It's unfortunate the test players don't work on the same display capture. Just one of those things. Apparently RPG Maker games can't be detected through either window capture or game capture, only display capture, so I have to use my other screen for that. So the drop-in's definitely off. I'd like Rose to be landing on the cart a bit earlier. Hang on, let me pay attention to the cart because I'm not actually aware it's a smooth ride. I feel like it stops randomly. Sometimes you don't know whether to look at Rose, the cart, Carol. There's all these different things to look at to make sure that they're looking right. Gotta look again. I think Carol's in the perfect position, like at the bottom of the screen like that, because when she was in the middle before, you just didn't get to see enough of the cart for long enough. It was gone in a few frames. But we need to see Rose on there for sure. I'll watch one more time. But yeah, there's a bit of positioning and timing to sort out, but looking at the time now, might have to do that off stream, but it'll be done for tomorrow. That's my goal for this evening, to get it looking super cool when Rose lands. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll show it you first thing tomorrow. Hi Zed, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, there's like a weird little flicker. I think that's what it was that I was trying. There's some flicker going on, so I have to fix that too. What's that meant to mean, cereal? I don't get that. Okay. I certainly hope it's not what you're trying to say. I'm a bit sleepy this evening, but overall good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sleepy too because I had a late night. I was making an emote. Okay, so it is time. So I'm going to head off now, folks, because it is our stream end time. And we'll be carrying on with this tomorrow. I'm going to do a bit off stream as well. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you Fantasia and Binary for the bitties, for the new Carol, the new awesome Carol emote that we have. There she is. Thank you for the follow as well, Zed. I put that in brackets just so nobody ends up subbing to me thinking that that's going to be an emote that they're going to get, because that did happen today. So I want to clearly state that it's a bit emote, not a sub emote. So take care, chat. Have a fantastic what's the day? Wednesday. And thank you for all the follows as well, everyone. Thanks for hanging out as well, Oracle. Appreciate you guys.